Hello, everybody. My name is Elisa, and I am one of the co-founders of A2D2 Cirque Centre. And I'm here today to go over some of the safety guidelines that we want all of our parents, all of our students to know about before starting classes at Cirque Centre. So, Cirque Centre is committed to quality teaching that is safe above all else, fun, and inspiring. That's what we promise to deliver. You have received a copy of our student handbook through email. Now, if you have not received this very important document, again, it's called the Student Handbook, please make sure that you log into your Studio Director account and make sure that you check off that you are willing to receive emails from our company. We do not spam. We do not send you any marketing material. Truly, we just use our email system to let you know about very important things that are happening at the studio, especially when we get close to our student showcases or our competitions. It's very important that you are getting all of our studio emails. Now, in the student handbook, we cover the following: code of conduct, studio layout, uniform requirements, staff etiquette, studio communication, important dates that we want you to put in your calendar, and then holidays and closures at the studio. Additionally, we would like to go over the COVID-19 SOPs with you on this video, just to explain how important safety is to us when participating at Cirque Centre. And right now, we are dealing with some extraordinary times, so let's go over those standard operating procedures right now. We will have a 15-minute break in between each class. This is to allow us time to sanitize the entire studio and cross over between our classes. Parents must drop off and pick up on time. Once your class has started, the coach has been instructed to lock the front door. Please show up on time so you don't have to disrupt the class. We ask that all students wait in their cars until class time and then meet their teachers at the door prior to entering. All students will enter through the studio's front doors, and then all students will exit through our side doors. So parents, if you're picking up your child, you will see after your first class, we have a door on the side of our building. Please make sure you drive and just park your car outside the side door, and you'll see the coach open the door, and we will release the students one at a time. Under no circumstances are you allowed to enter Cirque Centre if you or your family member are experiencing any flu-like or COVID-like symptoms. We really, truly ask everyone to be honest. We have a great policy in place. We are offering makeup classes to students, so please just stay home if you have any symptoms. Cirque Centre coaches and staff have the right to deny anyone entry if they suspect they have any symptoms, or if they know that you've traveled outside of the country. So please let us know if you have traveled outside the country within 14 days of your class. You must sanitize your hands before and after your classes. We will have a sanitization area immediately when you walk into our studio, and then at the side door just before the students exit. Students will each be assigned their own taped space within the studio. So we have these black taped boxes, and basically they are at least 6 feet apart. We've taped them even wider just to make sure that no student comes within 6 feet of each other. We have re-rigged the entire studio, so we are being super careful when it comes to distancing within the studio. Students will not be sharing apparatuses within any one class. We have untaped our hoops, however, and we do have chalk at the studio, but if you have your own chalk, feel free to bring it. We've untaped the hoops so that we can properly sanitize them in between each class. Coaches will be wearing masks and possibly gloves in class when they are coaching and when they are within 6 feet of the student. All right, guys, let's talk about safety, because safety is our #1 priority, and we really need to enroll you into staying safe at our studio. So let's talk about this subject, because when you're entering into any sport, this is always the most important piece. Each student will be told in class the following things that we are going to share with you, but in case you are a parent and you're not going to be in class because our viewing room is closed due to COVID-19, we want you to know exactly what we're telling the students and what we're telling your children. So we have a syllabus sheets that every single student has to work through before being graduated to the next level and trying the next set of tricks. Now, by the end of each level system, the student will have extremely good comprehension and capabilities of executing these moves. Not only will they be able to execute the moves, but they have to actually verbally be able to explain them to us so we know mentally they're understanding and also physically they can do the move. They must be able to demonstrate the moves without an instructor right underneath them, spotting them heavily. The instructor is always close by, but these need to be moves that they have mastered and can perform at least 3 times within one class perfectly with great technique. The syllabus includes everything from proper warm-ups that will get harder and harder as they go through our level system, foundations, verbal explanations, their actual skills on the apparatus, and then the sequences, which is linking those skills together, which is going to be great for when we start working on choreography for our student showcase at the end of the year. Now, students will always learn the most and the best by watching their peers. So we encourage students to watch each other. When they need a break, and everybody needs a break in circus, it's really hard work what we're doing. When they're taking a break and sitting down, we need to make sure that we're watching our peers, not chatting or making noise or being distracting, but actually watching our peers and learning from them working through the skills and the corrections that the coach is giving. If any student does not understand an instruction, they are not to try it. We emphasize this so strongly at the beginning of our sessions and at every class because it really does come down to comprehension a lot of the time. So if your coach asks you to do something and you don't know what they're talking about, we need you to say, I'm so sorry, can you repeat the instruction? Or come down and say, can you show me that skill again? That's totally okay here at Cirque Centre. We encourage questions and we want you to fully understand what you're doing before you actually attempt the move. Okay, we have very strict mat rules. You must never be standing on a crash mat while someone else is working on an aerial apparatus. Now, that should not be happening at all during COVID-19 because we don't even share apparatuses. But just make sure if somebody is working, let's say up in a silk and you go to the bathroom, don't cross underneath somebody's, like on top of somebody's mat or underneath them. It's really dangerous for you and it's really dangerous for them. So your safety, guys, is our #1 concern at Cirque Centre. If you have any questions at all, we ask you please do not hesitate to contact our offices or talk to your teacher. We are so happy to answer your questions. Now, this is the end of the video. Your teacher will be asking you to sign a document that states that you have watched this video. And if you have a child, that you have sat them down and they have watched this video too. It's very important. When you sign that document, you also need to acknowledge that you have fully read and understand our online waiver forms in full, okay? And that you agree to them. Our online waiver is a bunch of check marks that you had to check off before you were even allowed to go into the registration area of our website. So we need to make sure that you've read those and that you understand them and that you agree to them. We need your physical signature. So please make sure that on the first day of class, if you're a parent, you are walking your child again up to the door. The teacher will have a paper for you to sign, and it's just to say, yes, I've watched our safety video. Yes, I understand your waiver and agree to it. And it's as simple as that. So everyone, have an absolutely wonderful day. We look forward to seeing you at Cirque Centre in the studio.